Hello, everyone. You're listening to Alternative Revelations with Lindy Emmanuel. And I thought the other one was really important, but this is even more important. This is going to give you the Jesuit strategy of what they are going to do and how they are going to kill these cities. This is straight from Creator, not me. This is from me. Creator can hear our every thoughts, can even knows what we're going to say before we say it. And these Illuminati, these Jesuits, they still have a God soul, but they've just turned away from God. So God knows everything that's going on in this strategy. So this is what's going to happen. It's still October 28th, and they're still rolling out these cities. Creator doesn't know. They haven't decided which cities yet. There is going to be a city in every state, okay? Hold on, let me think. This is just so mind-boggling, this podcast. I've had to do it twice. I had to erase the first one and then do it again. I just don't want to mess it up. So October 28th is still the begin date. Now, what's going to happen? This is it. They're really going to kill everybody through the smart meters, okay? But they're going to also have the towers on and the underground fiber optics. I mean, they are doing an overkill, okay? So this is what's going to happen. On day one, you'll have the 4G, okay? 4G is Creator's telling me, and I'm not an electrician. 4G is about 10 gigahertz. You won't really notice it, but by day 7, this is going to be one of them slow kills like the frog in the pot that doesn't realize it and can't jump out at the end, okay? By day 7, it's cranked up to 20. Now you're noticing something different. You're noticing something going on, but you just can't pinpoint it. You're not shortness of breath yet. Now here we go. Day 10. This is about the smart meters, okay? Day 10, they've cranked your smart meter up to 35 gigahertz. This is very important to remember this. At 35 gigahertz, this is when the electrons on your oxygen begin to spin. And this is when people are going to start getting shortness of breath, dizziness, fainting, tiredness. Keep going. Day 14, it's still at 35. People are dying. They can't breathe. Day 14. They're already dead by day 16. They're already dead. But just to overkill, on day 18, they've cranked the gigahertz up to 50. 50 is a dead. Even the ones who might try to survive, they're going to be dead. There's no way you can survive 50. You can only survive at 60 gigahertz. If you try to walk in a 60 gigahertz, you're dead at 5 days. But okay, I'm going to keep continuing. Day 21, this is a big day. Everybody's dead. Even worms. Birds are dead. Anything that breathes air is dead. Now, trees and vegetation will still be there. They're not going to be affected by this. Day 21, they've kicked your smart meter up to 60 gigahertz. The house explodes. If the electric is hooked up to that smart meter, your house will explode and go down into ashes. Just like out in California, what they did, they turned the 60 gigahertz onto these people, and their houses exploded. Some of these house fires out there were direct energy weaponry, but most of it was smart meter. They kicked it up to 60 gigahertz. Your house explodes because it's attached to the smart meter, but you're already dead. At least they've done that mercy for you. You won't burn up and you won't even know what hit. You'll be dead. You'll be dead by day 14. That's what Creators tell me. So yes, there was a 2-week window to get out. Less than a 2-week window. So I was correct there. I just, okay. So now this is very important to remember this. From day 21 to day 50, that 60 gigahertz is going to be cranking. They're not turning it off. If you try to go back in the kill zone at day 50, at day 22 or day 50, you'll be dead. They're talking about people that are going to go try to come back to their homes. They're booby trapping them. People that go in might want to loot. There's only going to be ashes, okay? We're going to look like California. And then the FEMA. Now listen to this. This is very important. 3 months, FEMA will not be able to set foot in the kill zone because there won't be any oxygen that's breathable. For 29 days, from day 21 to day 50, the towers will be shooting out that 60 gigahertz, and the smart meters will be, if your house is if the smart meter's still going off, those 5G towers will be sending out the 60 gigahertz. Nothing will live in those kill zones. Day 50, shut off. But the FEMA or anybody else cannot come into the kill zone until about 90 days. 3 months. We were told 3 months. 90 days. Don't try to come back. Now, this is how you can, how you can protect your house. I'm putting all my stuff in storage because creators told me where I live in my apartment, it's going to be ashes. There will be nothing left. It's going to look like California. So this is what creators telling me to do. If you want to save your house, you've got to turn off the electric. You've got to hit those breakers, turn them off. Now, this is what you got to do. You got to get sheet metal. You got to cover that smart meter on 3 sides. One side's got to be open away from the house so the heat can escape. Otherwise, you're going to just explode. It's going to explode like a rocket, So if you want to think of it like the houses out in California that were left standing, they didn't have smart meters. But they were, the ones that went up in flames, they were connected to the smart meters, and the houses exploded. That's what people witnessed it. They said their house exploded. They had seconds to get out. They were shooting the 60 gigahertz into these houses. 60 gigahertz, nothing can survive. So this is what's going on. The towers are going to do this. This is what they're doing with the towers now. Day 10, it'll be 35 gigahertz. Now 35 is when the oxygen the oxygen atom starts spinning. That's day 10 on the towers, okay? By day 18 to 21, it's going to be full-blown 60. Full-blown, just like, but the towers aren't going to explode, but they're going to send out this 60 gigahertz. Nothing will survive, not even worms. Not an ant, not a beetle, not a bird, not a rabbit, not a deer, not a dog. Nothing will be alive in this kill zone except there will be ashes. It will look like California did about a year or two ago when the fires hit. And nobody will know what's going on because the people inside these kill zones will be dead if they stay. You have to get out. You can't wait past day 10. You've got to get out by the first week and a half. Day 7 is 20 gigahertz in your smart meter in your house. By day 10, you got the 35 gigahertz, which starts the atoms spinning. You're going to have trouble breathing. But by day 14, you're not going to be able to get out. You're not going to have the strength. You're not going to be able to think. And creators telling me by day 14, most people will be dead. But they're going to make sure they're doing an overkill here. And they're going to, this is sort of like a Holocaust, burnt offerings. That's what the definition of Holocaust is, burnt offerings. They're going to do a big sacrificial ritual, satanic ritual. This is all a Holocaust, just like during World War II when they killed the Jews. So now the fiber optics underground, that's another story. They're going to be full-blown 60 the whole time. So if you walk across them, you'll be radiated. But, so really have a plan. You're going to have to be out of that area. You can't go back into the area even after day 50. You can't go back into the area for 40 days. You won't be able to breathe. There won't be any oxygen. Not breathable. FEMA won't even be in there. Unless maybe they have hazmat suits with, they're going to turn it off. They're not going to walk in there in the kill zone with 60 gigahertz going off. 60 gigahertz, people think they're just going to turn on they're going to do a gradual kill like the pot in the slow boiling water. So you have heads up here. This came directly from their strategy. I hope I'm still alive by the end after this podcast comes out. They're going to have a fit. This came out because creators got them pegged. This is what they're going to do. And I hope it makes sense to you. You've got to get out. You can't stay past day 10. You can't. You've got to get out. You've got to get your pets out. You've got to get your children out. You've got to have some place to go for 3 months. I've got to be gone. I've got to find a place to live. What I'm going to do is I'm putting all my stuff in storage as much as I can. I can't get everything there. And then I'm going to do Airbnb for like 3 months. I'm going to try to find an apartment in the meantime and move. So, but Creator told me to put my stuff in storage and then not rush into anything so I can find something. Where I was going to stay was, it fell through. But it may turn out okay again, but I doubt it. But there's apartments in St. Louis City I can go, and I'm not going to be in the fringes of the city because Creator's telling me even if you're a mile away from the towers, you're still going to feel it. So people in the fringes of St. Louis city limits might die too. So this is some serious stuff, and I give all the glory to, or all the credit to Creator. I'm just an instrument here. This is the most amazing explanation of how the California fires were done and their strategy on what they're going to do. Again, you can't go back into the kill zone from 90 days from October 28th, and I don't know what that date is. And just be patient. And if you've disconnected or you shut off your electric to the smart meter, your house will be standing, but you'll be in the middle of fields of ashes. And hopefully there won't be any bodies that stuff like that. This is very sad for me. I just hope I can not be traumatized by it all. I kind of came out with it. I was so upset with what was happening in New York. I got sick, and I was sick for like 3 months. I couldn't handle it. I knew what was going on, and I'm going to stop it here and ask Creator what gigahertz was going off in New York. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just communicated what was going on in New York between, let's say, April and May. The only targeted area in New York City when that was going on was Queens, and they cranked it up to 35. So it wasn't in the Bronx or anywhere else. And some of these safe zones up in New York that I gave, north of 22, you have to be more than a mile away from the boundaries. You can't just be a mile out. And that town Gutenberg, I don't think that's going to be safe because it's not big enough to be in there. They might have just overlooked doing it, but there's no way somebody could survive in Gutenberg, New Jersey with that small area and this 60 gigahertz going off and the fires all around it. I don't think I think that was just I just don't think that's going to be a safe place, Gutenberg. You're going to have to be way past Hoboken up north, and you're going to have to be way below Jersey City. And things can change. The big thing is to remember the symptoms. If I didn't say a city, because I don't know how long I can keep podcasting. I don't know if they're going to take me out. I mean, I'm protected to a point, but when this comes out, they're going to have a fit. Because whoever listens to this is going to know the strategy and know exactly what to do, where to go to be safe, or not maybe where to go, but what to do. And they can't go back to the kill zone for 90 days, okay? 90 days, you got to wait. Don't go back in. You won't live. You'll be dead in a couple days in the 60 gigahertz. They're going to be pumping the 60 gigahertz out of these towers for 29 days. Nothing will live. Not even a worm. Now, I don't know about fish. I could stop and ask Creator about fish. But, like if there's a lake in the middle of these kill zones. Hold on, let me ask. Okay, Creator just gave me the answer. If let's say a lake is in the middle of a kill zone, everything in that water breathing oxygen will be dead. Because I guess the oxygen comes from outside the lake, So even fish will be dead. It'll be just a big, massive kill zone. It would be a sight nobody will want to see. It's just too much. So get your children out. If you're pregnant, get out. Get to safety. Watch for the symptoms. By day 10, you're going to feel it. You're going to not be able to breathe. You've got to get out by day 10. You can't stay past day 10. Creator's telling me by day 14 to 16, you're dead. Okay? You don't even have more than a couple days to live after day 10. You can't chance it. When you start feeling those symptoms, or you feel the 4G cranking up, you got to get out. If I didn't mention your city, you got to get out. You can't hope that it's just a mistake. Because they're adding these cities every day. I can't talk here. So I hope this was helpful. This is horrendous for me. I just hope I can keep from getting sick over this. Dr. Taylor was giving me IVs of silver, because I got so upset what was going on in New York. I knew exactly what was going on. And again, in New York City, the Bronx, New York City, the Queens, they were cranking 35 gigahertz. All it takes is 35 starts the oxygen molecules, the oxygen atoms to start spinning. It only takes 35 gigahertz, not 60. 60 is kill. 60 is dead. You can't survive 60. And fiber optics underground are going to be 60. So they're doing an overkill here, people. It's just, these people are so evil. Shame on you. Shame, shame. But we're going to overcome this. The people who survive in the other cities, they're going to see what happens. The media probably won't even report all this, what's going on. You'll never hear what happened to people in Memphis or Jackson, Tennessee, or Richmond, Virginia, or New York City. They're not going to report this. They're going to make you think nothing's wrong. But there's going to be people who have family that are going to die, and they're not going to forget. And there's going to be a rising up, and this is going to be the final button that it's going to take for people to say, enough is enough. We're taking our freedom back. You no longer can control us. And these people who have done this, they will probably be hunted down. I'm not cursing them or wishing them harm, but there will be nowhere on earth that they can hide, because there will be justice over this. If anything, there will be karma. The karma that they're creating for themselves will never be able to be justified or balanced. It's going to be too much, So be aware, prepare, and be safe. If you're in a hot city, watch for the signs, okay? And have a plan. Please have a plan. And get your family out, okay? Get your pets out too. Nothing is going to be able to survive for 90 days in these kill zones. This is an overkill. This is a Holocaust. This is burnt offerings. This is a satanic ritual to burn us up after it's all over. Oh, okay. So until next time, good night and God bless.